Welcome once again to another episode of the Random Access Podcast, brought to you by rapodcast.net. This is episode 817, recorded live on December 21st, 2024. And here are your hosts. The man who has talked about his robotic lawnmower, Dave Play.
Hi.
And the man who wants to ask him a question about his robotic lawnmower, Andy Lowe. Hi.
What question do you have about my robotic lawnmower, Andy?
Well, I was thinking about this, and
yes.
I don't think we had it. I thought about it, and then I don't believe we were going to record that weekend, and then something else happened, and I completely forgot about it, but I just remembered it. Because, once again, I saw the leaves in my backyard poking up through the snow.
Yep.
How does your lawnmower handle leaves on the ground?
By shredding them?
So, you have trees, though, right?
Yes, I have trees, Andy.
Well,
I have, in fact, a fairly large ash in my front yard.
Does it get clogged at all, or no?
What do you mean clogged?
Well, I was, because I have.
Let me back up. Do you understand what this lawnmower is on the bottom?
If I remember correctly, it's basically just a couple of razor blades that spin really fast.
Yup. So I don't know what part of this can get clogged.
Well, back in October, November, was trying to clean up the massive amounts of oak leaves that are giant 200-plus-year-old oak tree in our backyard.
Yeah.
And the neighbor's giant maple tree and the other neighbor's giant maple tree.
Yeah.
That overhang into our yard. All the leaves have fallen, so I was in the process of trying to clean them up so I could get them to the curb so they could be taken away and turned into compost.
Okay.
But trying to do it by hand was ridiculous. And then, so I just, I found out that our lawnmower's got a pseudo mulcher mode. So I was trying to mulch them, but that wasn't really working. So I was trying to bag them, and I did about a dozen of those.
What is a pseudo mulcher mode?
Where it was supposed to, you're supposed to set the wheels at a certain thing and close off the bagging aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to, it's an auto thing. They're supposed to go slow enough that it just mulches all the leaves.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of leaves.
There are a lot of leaves from a 200-year-old oak tree.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is actually fully correct. There's one huge difference. The moment the tree started dropping its leaves, I had that mower running continuously.
Okay.
It ran every day.
To go after the leaves?
So that it just, anytime there were leaves on the ground, it just went over them and cleared them out.
Okay. Because I was very curious about that because I'm sitting there going there's a lot of leaves.
Yes, there are a lot of leaves. I don't have a lot of leaves in my front yard right now. The mower mulched all of them.
Okay.
It did a very good job. I was very pleased with it because it just back and forth multiple times a day, just cleared out the leaves.
Yeah, because it took me a solid day with the lawnmower. Luckily, I found out our lawnmower bagger is the same width as the curbside, leaf bags. Mm-hmm. Those giant grocery bag looking things.
Yeah.
It's the same width.
Yeah.
So I was able to just go straight from the bagger into the leaf thing there. But yeah, no, there was...
So I have two suggestions then for you, sir. One is... Don't bag your leaves. Mulch them. Shred them.
I tried.
But the second part to that is I have a leaf blower that is reversible.
Yep, I have one of those too.
Yeah, and it just couldn't keep up with it?
Well, no, because the oak leaves and the maple leaves are so big, if they get wet...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
if they get wet, you're screwed.
Yeah, I tried to use my my Toro reversible one there with the giant thing, and it's got a backpack. I think we talked about it on the show here. Tried that, and then I tried breaking out my giant, I call it the leaf mulcher. It's basically if somebody made an oversized weed whacker and turned it into a hopper, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that worked out pretty well, but even then, the leaves if they were wet, they would just gum up, turn into a leaf paste. So then finally I'm okay, screw all of this, and just ran the lawnmower, dumped it into bags. We've tried to mulch in the back there, but there are so many leaves that mulching it still killed a lot of the grass back there.
Really?
Yes.
Because it just was still so thick.
Yes.
Huh.
It was so thick, it didn't decompose. It just matted together. And yeah, we've got to figure out.
Killed the grass.
Yeah, we got to figure out a better grass to put back there.
Maybe give some to your neighbors? I'm sure they already have some.
What, like dump leaves over the fence?
Well, go knock on their door and say, hey, we mulched our leaves. Do you have a garden that you would like this in?
Oh, no, none of our neighbors have that. Well, that's the other thing, though, is the fact.
No, in their gardens?
Yeah. That's the one thing I do like about the city is the fact that they take all of the bagged leaves and they put them into their giant industrial composter thing. And they use that for compost and fertilizer and everything for all of the city gardens and flower beds and that sort of stuff.
Okay. So at least it's getting used and not like thrown in the river.
No, they actually do compost all the leaves and everything and use that for all of the city garden beds for the rest of the year.
Then I take back my suggestion.
Yes. No, I was also very curious where all these leaves were going.
Yeah.
And when you're stuck with city employees at the election polls.
So what do you guys do with all the leaves?
Yep. So your electric robot mower doesn't get like buried in leaves as long as you keep up with it.
Yeah, I had it running like multiple times a day for a couple weeks.
Okay.
And just said like, yep, go out, do the front. I don't care about the back. There's no big leaf pile in the back. Oh, those were simpler times. Turns out there's a big leaf pile in the back. 2. I just didn't see them. And I didn't get to them before they got wet. And now there's snow.
Yeah. Yep.
Like a lot of snow.
Yeah, Yep. Are we supposed to have snow for Christmas?
Define snow for Christmas.
Well, let's see. We
are definitely going to have snow on the ground during Christmas.
No, I don't care about do I have to literally go to the Google weather? No. How do I? Oh, come on. Really? I can do it on my phone, but I can't do it on the website. Just want to look at the 10-day Oh, it's supposed to rain. Supposed to rain on Christmas. So I'm guessing no.
That sounds like not snow.
No, yes. That sounds like precipitation of the unfrozen variety.
What is it going to be here? Christmas is the Wednesday?
Yes,
Thursday?
Wednesday.
Mixed snow and rain.
Well, I'm hoping you're not going anywhere.
Nope. I'm sticking around here.
Yeah, it's next week's.
In fact, I have Christmas Day off.
But don't you normally?
I mean, yes, but we get 5, there are like 5 days a year that are just like company-wide out.
That's it? Your company only has 5 paid holidays?
Yep. Memorial Day. So what do we? Maybe it's more because what do we have? We have Memorial Day, Labor Day. I think we have Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, New Year's, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving. So that's 6.5.
Do you want to know all of mine?
You are a government employee, sir. You get like friggin' President's Day off.
Yes, actually, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day.
So here's the thing, Andy.
Yeah?
Our customers don't get those days off.
No, they don't, do they?
Our customers are hospitals.
Yeah.
They don't get those days off. So they kind of want us to also be available. And we said, yes, we can do that. So it's actually in our contracts with a lot of our customers that like we will be open most of the year.
Granted,
it's also in our contracts, and I hate this, that we will change our passwords once a year. Even though that has been shown to be a bad way of doing it.
Dave, I have to change my password every 4 months.
No. Oh, no. Oh, that is a great way to screw yourself.
There are times where I go to another website, like a vendor or another client or something, and they're like, okay, put your username and password in, and I'm sitting there going like, which one?
Yep.
Let me start going through the list. When was it the last time I was here? Was it 6 months ago? Was it 8 months ago?
Yep. That sucks. That's a terrible way of doing things.
What's really great, though, is the fact that, because I have an iPhone for work, too. The iPhone and my Windows domain login are not technically on. They're all set up to be, change your password same span, but they're not linked So there are some times where I'll change my computer one there, but I don't like, I've tried to change it on the iPhone, or I changed it on the iPhone first, and then it screws up the one on the computer because the iPhone still has Outlook on it. And so it's, password changing is ridiculous.
Yes.
It's like, come on, just give me. What's really sucks though is they used to have the laptops with the fingerprint scanners.
No more.
No more.
Boo.
I know. I was like, really, you guys had the fingerprint scanners and you got rid of them.
Yeah.
So it was just a fingerprint thing, and your fingerprint doesn't change. So no need to, change passwords or anything like that. But nope. Got to change it often. And every single time I change it, I keep on trying to go back to my original password just to see what the loop is. I haven't hit the loop yet. So I'm just I hate to say it, I'm just going to start adding numbers just randomly to the end.
Which is exactly what you're not supposed to do.
I know,
exactly why you shouldn't be. Yeah. I mean, without giving too much away, I already do a bad job of my passwords because they are all, or at least have been for 13 years. I'm probably going to need to change it soon because I'm running out of different things. They've all been themed after the same thing.
Nope. My password theme is based off of one that I was given back in high school, actually, for the computer logins.
Okay. That's a long time to keep the same theme.
Yep.
To be clear, they've been totally different passwords. It's not where I'm swapping out a couple letters. Ha ha ha. No, like they're fully separate passwords. They're just all themed for the same thing.
But yes, no, I hate changing the password. I'm also fearful for the day where if there's anything that goes wrong on my computer, because now the Department of Technology basically has a mandate for if there's any problem with the laptop, just wipe them and give them a clean install.
Oh no.
It's like, don't even spend time trying to fix it. Just wipe it and give them a clean install. And it's just like, I really do not want my laptop to break.
Yep.
The amount of individual pieces of software that the field techs use.
And they all have different, because you have to install it, but then you have to, register it. You have to log into it.
Mm-hmm. And some of them have, security encryption keys that you have to, associate with them. It's a big pain in the butt.
That sucks. Don't screw up your computer.
Yes, I think it did move. Kate was asking me about we had her family over for Christmas today.
Cool.
And we set up the 8-foot folding table. Or no, I think this is a 10-foot folding table. But it seems to have at some point migrated to right behind my computer chair.
Okay.
Not sure how or when, but yes, it did migrate extremely close.
Yeah. So if you back up a little bit, you end up hitting it.
Yeah, I'm just going to move it here for a second.
Sure.
All right, there we go.
So I went to a Christmas party today, changing topics drastically. I mean, not fully. You just said that, you guys had Christmas, you had the family over. I had a Christmas party today, and they did a white elephant gift exchange.
Oh, those are always fun.
I'm pretty sure I won the white elephant gift exchange, Laura and I together, because we both stole a thing that we wanted, and we were both the third steal.
Oh, so you did 3 strikes and it's out?
Yep. So Laura got a Rainbow High doll. That's a special edition doll, which she doesn't fully collect them, but she likes them and has a couple other ones. And in fact, she had gotten that, and then she stole that. It was stolen from her, and she stole it back.
Ooh.
And then the other thing we got was a 20-pound weighted blanket, which is what she stole when the first thing got stolen from her. She stole the weighted blanket. Someone else stole it from her, and I stole it from that other person.
Very nice.
So
I feel like weighted blankets are underrated.
I haven't really used one, but probably I could kind of get behind it. I might start using her 15-pounder because now she's moving up to the 20 pounds.
Just don't smother yourself, please.
I will not smother myself with a 15-pound weighted blanket.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Yeah.
Just now picturing you slowly with Looney Tunes.
35 pounds of stuff on me.
Yep.
We brought to this white elephant exchange a set of 3D printed hexagons that I got 8 years ago off of Kickstarter for Settlers of Catan.
Ooh.
So these are holders for the Catan hexagons with magnets on each of the 6 edges so that the board doesn't get like shifted or broken.
That's very nice.
I'm glad you think so. People there did not. Like, well, what the hell is this? I'm like, and we put that inside of a Yu-Gi-Oh lunchbox that had been Laura's when she like was in high school, ?
Trying to think of the last time. I think it was with Kate's work. It's the last time I did a white elephant.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, most of the time it was just, whatever my mom got me for Christmas, I brought to the white elephant.
That does not shock me.
There was one year where I don't know where my mom found it, but it was like this 1970s version of a Snuggie.
What?
Yeah, so it had like the 1970s like plaid tartan type of look.
Yep, but as a Snuggie.
It was a Snuggie, but it was 1970s artificial material.
Oh no. Although, I will say, one of the gifts tonight was a Snuggie. A Mountain Dew branded Snuggie.
What?
Yep. It came with a 6-pack of Mountain Dew.
Now, that would be my name all over it.
Yep, and you would have stolen that immediately.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You would have been like, Mountain Dew Snuggie? Yes.
That would be mine, yes.
Oh, yes, it will be mine.
My favorite one, though, that I had gotten at a white elephant gift was, I think this was actually at church. So that sets the scene, okay? This was a church white elephant gift exchange.
Sure.
It was a T-shirt with Rudolph sitting in his house, right?
What? I'm sorry, hang on. Can we please step back and explain to me why Rudolph has a house?
I don't know, but Rudolph is sitting in a house reading...
Sitting, like, in a chair?
Yes, in a chair.
This is a reindeer.
Yes, I know. He's sitting in a chair reading a book. And at the bottom of the picture, it says, all of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names.
And it's got a bunch of mounted heads?
It's got the entire rest of the 12 reindeer heads mounted on the wall in his house.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going like, I'll take that. But still, it's like, that was at a church white elephant gift? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine. It's fine. A number of the people who are at this party are members of the local community theater, because that's where the hosts had spent a lot of their time this year, was doing shows at the community theater. And so when they started singing carols in the other room, it was like 4-part harmony.
Yep. Nope. Our church did a lot of Gilbert and Sullivan, and
who was Norma Freeman the choir director? What, Gilbert and Sullivan at the church?
Yes, our church did Gilbert and Sullivan. If I remember correctly, the music director at our church was like one of the head organists for Concordia University.
Okay.
So, big musical thing there. But yeah, no, they always did a Gilbert and Sullivan show at the church every year. Listen, having our church do Christmas carols was actually pretty good to listen to.
Yeah. Paradox, a most ingenious paradox. The paradox.
I remember being a gondolier was my favorite one there, because I was, like freaking 12 or something. So of course I got all the high parts in the background. But having me with a bunch of like high schooler and college guys, they would like, the gondoliers are supposed to be having fun, so they would literally like throw me around the stage.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, it was fun because they didn't drop me.
Yep.
But still, like, yeah, no, it was, yeah, gondoliers having fun in the background. Oh, yeah, no, they just watching me just go flying through the air from one side of the stage to the other. Oh, I'm still trying to figure. So we started out talking about a robotic lawnmower and somehow ended up with Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah, par for the course.
Yep. So should we hit actual topics?
We can talk about topics. Sure.
So,
what? How's have you looked at your Steam year in review?
I have not, because I don't think I actually played anything on Steam this year
at all.
I don't think so. I where do I look?
That's a good question. It just kind of came up for me when I signed in.
Oh, I have to sign into Steam?
Well, yes.
I bet you anything. As soon as I open Steam, it's going to have to update. Hey, look at that. Updating Steam.
Okay, so this is a bad sign. Do you have Steam on your phone?
Yes, I do.
That probably doesn't need to update, and that will have your year in review.
All right, here we go. Steam, yes. Because it's my authenticator. All right, so I'm in Steam. Notifications. Nope, that's one of my games is on sale. Don't need that.
Yep.
Steam Awards. Civ 6 is only $3. Steam Deck. Oh, here we go.
Well, Civ 7 comes out next year.
Failed to load year in review data. Please try again shortly.
You haven't done a thing all year. According to Steam, you don't exist.
Possibly I do not exist because I didn't do anything on Steam. I should be able to see my activity though, right?
Yep.
All right, let's see. Where's activity in here?
But like, if there's no year in review, then you don't have any activity, Andy.
Last online 92 days ago. Okay, here we go. Recent activity. Activity. October 12th, 2022. 2022. So not even year in review 2024, nothing. It's year in review 2023, nothing. Oh, how...
I'm trying to find my year in review. Oh, there it is, under my name.
Oh, how the mighty have... Oh, now everything in my Steam library wants to update now.
Yeah, you should get out of there.
Yes, I'm trying to get out. Run away!
Okay, I will take the plunge, sir, and I will send you my year in review. Because you can make it open to various people. So I've opened it to my friends. You can go see my year in review.
I'm very curious to see what this is. All right, here we go.
Wait, before you look, what do you think are my games? My top games. That's one.
Factorio. Shoot, I know you've played some other ones.
I know Dave plays games.
But yes, I know.
But all I know is Factorio. All right, go look.
Dave's Steam replay. God, this is taking forever to load. Oh, we ran into an error while loading this Steam replay.
Oh no. All right. So I have 23 games played this year. I have unlocked 80 achievements. My longest streak of continual play was 23 days. My game that I spent the most time on this year, 80% of my play time this year was Factorio.
Well, that would probably be par for the course, because the part of the thing that I linked this article for was the fact that Steam announced that of all the time played on Steam this year for everybody, just 15% of total playing time was spent on games that launched in 2024. So 15% of the total playing time was games launched this year. 47% of total play time was games released in the last 1 to 7 years. Mm-hmm. And then 37% of the time was spent in games that have been out for 8 years or more.
I mean, Skyrim, Civ. Those are probably some of the big ones.
Yeah, half the game time, basically, almost half the game time was spent on games released 1 to 7 years ago.
Yeah. Well, Skyrim came out, 9 years ago?
That sounds about right.
2015, I want to say. Skyrim release date. Which one? 2011. Oh, wow.
Really?
Skyrim's a 13-year-old game. Oh, Skyrim.
Now, wait a second. No, I had to have played games more recently, because Planet Zoo was played through Steam. That I had to have played Planet Zoo sometime within the last 2 years.
View profile. Yeah. I don't see Planet Zoo on here.
That's how I played Planet Zoo.
Are you sure?
I think so? Question mark now.
You're like, I'm not actually sure anymore.
I just don't know. Granted, all my gaming now has been on the phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at all the games on my phone. I was playing a game on my phone literally right before we were recording, because there's a new Versus event out for Pocket. And so Isaac pulled the chase card, which is a Golden Mew EX.
Ooh.
So I was able to build a pretty good deck based around that card. And I've been slowly working my way through the 45 wins for Isaac. And then I got to figure out what the hell I'm going to do for my decks.
I should go open my booster.
Yeah, I gotta see if the guys have updated the spreadsheet yet. Somebody built a spreadsheet that you put your inventory into, and it will tell you which packs you need to open to try and complete the decks.
Neat.
With a sub section in there for which decks have your greatest chance of pulling the chase cards. So I'll have to see. But first off, I need to get Steam to stop hatching things. Leave.
Just exit.
That's what I'm trying to do. All right, now it's closed. Well, I'll have to check my Steam replay tomorrow, see if it actually does anything. But yeah, only 15% of PC gamers. And it looks like also, who else did one? GameIndustry.biz, one of the websites I look for news, did their year in numbers by taking revenue and market value and all the stuff from any of the from the companies that track these things. Mm-hmm. Total market value for games this year, $184.3 billion.
Does that include mobile?
Yes. Console, PC, and mobile. How do you think the $184.3 billion was divided between those three?
184 billion.
Billion, yep.
I'm going to guess like a full 2/3 of it is mobile.
That's a little too high.
Yeah?
Yep.
Just half of it?
Just half.
Just half.
Just yeah.
$90 billion in mobile games.
Mm-hmm.
I presume we're not counting the Switch as mobile.
No, that would probably be console.
Yeah. Just $90 billion in like ad revenue and people purchasing things like power-ups and extra energy.
Mm-hmm. $90 billion.
Damn. Just friggin' damn.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. PC, 99% of all PC games out of the 41.5 billion for PC games, 99% was digital downloads. 1% was physical media.
Some dude walking to Best Buy.
Yep. Buying a box of... Well, it was probably like collector's edition boxes, is I'm guessing what that 1% is.
Yeah.
That like Civ 6 comes with like your own special hourglass or something. Consoles, it was 84% digital, 16% boxed.
I'm a proud member of that 16%. I prefer to buy my games physically. It facilitates sharing.
All right, here you go. Dave, what do you think is the best-selling game of the year from January 1st to November 30th? They didn't do the December numbers yet because, it's still December.
U.S. or worldwide?
Well, they have the U.S., the U.K., and Japan.
I mean, I was going to guess the Sun Wukong game, but probably Helldivers.
Helldivers is actually third.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn! Is it some bullshit mobile game?
Well, no, it does not look like it.
Okay.
Because this comes from Nielsen, so this is probably console games and probably PC as well.
Best-selling console game this year?
Yes.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty was actually second.
Call of Duty was second. So I got third, I got second.
Yep.
FIFA.
FIFA is seventh.
The thing that FIFA, real damn.
Yes, it was the number one selling game in the UK.
College football.
College football. Yep.
The Return.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. It was The Return. It was them coming back and everyone going apeshit because of it.
Yes, because for the longest time, everybody's like, when is it coming back? So yes, number one selling game in the US was college football. Number one selling game in the UK was EA Sports FC 25.
Which is FIFA.
Yep. And do you want to take a random guess at the number one selling game in Japan?
Best-selling game in Japan. Like there was no Mario games came out this year.
No, there actually was one that came out, I think.
Mario game? I mean, there was.
It didn't get first though.
Yeah,
there's a Mario game for second and a Mario game for third.
Is it a Nintendo game?
I would say so. No, it's not a first-party Nintendo game.
It's not a first-party Nintendo game.
No.
Is it an RPG?
Yes. I mean, come on, this is Japan.
Is it Final Fantasy VII Rebirth?
No, that is number 6.
It's an RPG. It's not a first-party Nintendo. Is it on the Switch?
It was released in November 2024. Is that really November 2024? And it's the number one sell.
That was last month.
There's no way that is actually the release date
What the hell came out last month, and it's the number one selling game?
It is available on Nintendo. It looks like it's actually available on all platforms.
What is it?
Dragon Quest III HD-2D Remake.
Huh.
Which was actually the first RPG that I played, because we had not this game, but we had the Dragon Quest games, or one of them, on the Nintendo.
Huh.
So Dragon Quest was actually my introduction into RPGs.
That's a rough introduction.
Yes. Very rough introduction. I did not get far. I think Jamie and Eric got farther, but I'm not even sure any of us actually ever beat the game. Yes. Oh, those little blue slimes. Thinking, oh, you're so cute.
Slime attacks. Excuse me.
Let's see. Mobile market. Top game publisher, Tencent at $8.2 billion.
Of course.
Top game of spending, Monopoly Go with $2.47 billion. Top country by spending is the U.S. at $24.8 billion. Let's see. Top game by download, Free Fire Winterlands was the top
no
game.
Idea what that is.
I have no idea what that game is. Free Fire Winterlands? Free Fire Winterlands. Yes, it's a mobile game. I know that. Free-to-play battle royale game.
Free Fire.
Became the most downloaded mobile game globally in 2019. Has over 1 billion downloads on the Google Play Store. Okay.
Yep, that's just
I'm still, $90 billion for mobile games is just.
Yep.
Whew.
Video games makes a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of money. People do not understand how much money this industry has. They're like, but movies. No. Movies does not compare to video games.
Well, there's got to be a worldwide box office total 2024. Let's see what it says.
I'm going to guess 20 billion.
In worldwide revenue, the worldwide box office revenue in 2024 is projected to be $38.99 billion.
So $40 billion.
Yes, for the worldwide.
Worldwide, $40 billion.
Yes.
Mobile games on your phone, more than double.
Yep.
Suck it, music and movies.
Wow. Okay. Top highest grossing films so far this year in worldwide box office. Inside Out 2, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Haven't seen it and need to.
Despicable Me 4, Moana 2, which is actually still in theaters, so that could still possibly go up higher.
But no, come on.
No, it's still in the theaters.
Yeah, but it's not going to go higher.
Yeah, I would still need 200 million in order to get up to third.
That's not happening.
No. Number 5 was Dune Part 2. Number 6, Godzilla vs. Kong. Number 7, Kung Fu Panda 4. Number 8, Wicked. Number 9, a Chinese comedy called YOLO. Never heard of that one, but it's Chinese, so that's probably why. And number 10 is Venom, The Last Dance.
Venom, The Last Dance?
Yes, Venom, The Last Dance.
Wasn't the second movie called Venom Carnage?
Yeah, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Yes, was the second one.
So this is the third one?
Yes, this is the end of the Venom trilogy.
And it's out already?
Yes.
I thought it wasn't out yet.
Nope. Released October 25th, 2024.
Oh, shit. Okay. Because this is the one where they have him fight the fucking god of the symbiotes.
Yes.
Which is kind of like a small MCU crossover with Thor, Love and Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, mm-hmm?
Oh, because I saw the post-credit. No, that wasn't Love and Thunder. Was the post-credit sequence? That was Doctor Strange, where he was in the post-credit sequence, wasn't it?
For Venom?
Yeah, Eddie Brock showed up.
Was in the post-credits of Spider-Man.
Oh, was it the post-credits of Spider-Man? I can't remember. Doctor Strange just, shows up everywhere now. Right.
But that was the Spider-Man because it was like, it's Venom.
Yes,
That's why it was in the Spider-Man film.
You're right. That would make
when
sense.
When Spider-Man was pulling in people from across the multiverse.
Eddie Brock showed up, yep.
Yeah, no. The tie-in with Thor Love and Thunder is the Necro Sword from Thor Love and Thunder.
Is a symbiote?
In the comics.
Oh, in the comics is a symbiote?
Is not a symbiont, but it is like the sword from the god of the symbionts. What's his name? Shit. He's like the god of darkness. He's like... Null. His name is Null. Knull. Null is a supervillain.
Oh, yeah. No, I played with him in Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Okay. He is the evil deity who created the weapon known as the Necro Sword.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the alien races known as the Clintar, the symbiotes. Null has been described as one of Marvel's most powerful supervillains.
I still need to watch the second Venom movie anyway, so...
I need to watch the first and second. I haven't watched either of them. I also need to watch Kung Fu Panda 2 and 3 and 4.
They're not bad, actually.
No, they're not. Like it's good movies.
Yes. No, we do a family movie night once a week now. And
Cute.
we went through all of the Kung Fu Pandas.
Last Starfighter.
Right now, we're working our way through the Despicable Me movies.
Okay.
So we did Kung Fu Panda. We did the Madagascar movies. Working our way through Despicable Me right now. We did Nightmare Before Christmas.
Like a good set of movies for your kids. Last Starfighter. It's the original, like, congratulations, you're good at video games. Now go save the world.
I know. I've seen it.
Good, because it's a good movie.
Yes.
Okay. I think we've dovetailed again.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Well, other surprising news from this year, TCL, the Chinese TV company, is now the world's top TV manufacturer.
Well, that's unfortunate for them. All their TVs are about to get more expensive.
Yeah. Well, the Samsung used to be the largest with the market share.
Yeah.
But TCL just passed them this last quarter.
Congratulations to them. That is quite an accomplishment.
Most people originally, it was like, oh, a Chinese TV, really?
But it actually is quality.
Well, they're saying that the gap between the Chinese and the Korean is little to no different anymore.
Oh, shit. I mean, that's kind of big because, like,
yeah.
LG is considered to be really good.
Yeah, LG and Samsung and all the Korean companies.
Yeah. Wait, Samsung is Korean?
I think they're Korean, aren't they?
Are you sure?
Yeah, headquarters, South Korea.
Okay.
I swear I knew that one.
Yep, I stand corrected. I mean, not even corrected. I stand informed.
Yes, Samsung is Korean.
So a Chinese TV company has taken over the market.
Yes.
For TV production.
Yes, which... No surprise if you think of Samsung's 98-inch LED TV was priced at $8,997, and TCL's 98-inch version was priced at $2,900.
You can get a 100-inch TV for $3,000.
Mm-hmm. That's their mini LED TVs as well. If you just want to get a 100-inch TV, Hisense has got one for $1,600. So we'll see. Granted, how much of these lower prices are state-backed subsidies by the Chinese government.
That's true. Oh, that explains it. I'm looking at those prices, going like, what the fuck? Yeah, if the Chinese government is taking a hit on each one. Mm-hmm. Just to get them sold, get their name out there, get the like, hey, look, this is quality stuff, and now we're selling to government employees. That's a little conspiracy theorist, but still, like...
Well, that's smart TVs do collect your data. I mean...
Yep.
That is a known fact.
Yep. Damn.
Yeah. No, I saw that. I was like, really? TCL is now the leader in TVs?
Apparently.
Like the no-name budget brand from China is now the big name. Okay.
Better than these like alphabet soup companies I find on Amazon.
Oh, yeah. Another Chinese tech company, though, that's surprising. TP-Link.
I know them.
Yeah, the Wall Street Journal is reporting that U.S. authorities are weighing a ban on TP-Link Wi-Fi routers next year.
Isn't that like most of the consumer routers?
Pretty much.
And like Wi-Fi equipment that's used in other things. Like, I'm pretty sure most of my smart lights are TP-Link.
I think most of our smart switches are as well because their setup was super easy.
Right.
But yeah, the report says the Commerce Department is investigating them along with separate probes from the Defense and Justice Departments.
Oh, God.
It seems Microsoft released its own analysis that found that TP-Link routers made up most of the compromised devices in a Chinese password spraying hack.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How many TP-Link devices? I'm literally, I can literally turn my head and I see
a TP-Link router.
Wi-Fi extender.
Yeah.
Because I use that whenever our fiber goes down. I just plug that in and I have that hooked to my work. I turn the hotspot on my work phone and that plugs into our router. And so everything, all the IP addresses and all the port forward and everything stays the same. It just feeds off of a cellular backlink rather than the fiber. But yeah, nope, that's a TP-Link device right there.
There's some space news.
Yes. So, surprising thing that we didn't find out about until now, the Polaris Dawn mission, which happened back in October?
That was the private spacewalk.
Yes, with, the incoming
NASA director.
Yes. Oh, sorry, September. It was back in September.
Yeah. Assuming he gets confirmed,
yes,
right? Like
that's true.
That's a nominated, confirmed position.
Yes, but his name has been put forward by Trump.
Yes.
So back in September, the 5-day Polaris Dawn mission is going on, and a power outage at SpaceX caused a loss of ground control for at least an hour during the mission.
That's not something I want to hear if I'm in space. What's the opposite of Houston? We have a problem.
Well, Houston can't even call up there if they have no... Right. It's just people in the thing, they're going like, Houston, do you have a problem?
Houston, I think we have a big problem.
Well, actually, it would be out in California, so it wouldn't be Houston. It would be Hawthorne, I think. Is that there? It
would be ground, right?
Yes.
It would just be called ground control.
Yep.
Because at this point, you have no idea where ground control is. It's somewhere.
So this outage happened and had never been reported.
Oops. Oh my God, the FAA has got to be having a cow.
A person familiar with the incident, though, said that SpaceX did notify NASA, especially since it was using a Crew Dragon, which is the same type of spacecraft used by NASA astronauts. So, they notified NASA going, hey, we had this problem, but publicly really didn't. Okay, so the FAA in a statement to Reuters did not respond to questions about whether it was notified about the incident, saying it does not have oversight authority for in-space activities generally, nor for commercial human spaceflight. But yeah, so a leak in a cooling system in Hawthorne, California, triggered a power surge. The surge knocked out mission headquarters, disabling the ability for operators to send commands or perform controls that would be going on during that time, during the mission. The outage also hit servers that host procedures meant to overcome such an outage and hindered SpaceX's ability to transfer mission control to a backup facility in Florida. And the company officials had no paper copies of the backup procedures, leaving them unable to respond until power was restored. They didn't even have paper copies of what to do if the servers go down.
That's as bad as the Facebook one from earlier this year, where the security panel to the server room was controlled by a thing in the server room.
Oh.
Remember that?
No, but that just sounds... Oh, boy.
When Facebook authentication went down, I think it was earlier this year. Might have been last year. Like, all of Facebook's authentication content went down. And a lot of things authenticate through Facebook. And apparently, Facebook's own internal security system authenticates through Facebook. So their servers went down, and they couldn't get into the room because the control panel was trying to reach the servers that were down.
I told you about the pager set up on one of the radio stations, right?
Yes.
Where the pager was on a subcarrier for the transmitter, and they gave the engineer a pager that was supposed to call him if the transmitter went down.
But if the transmitter goes down...
The transmitter went down, actually went down, and it tried to call out, and the pager did not work because the transmitter was down. After that first outage, they got a phone line out there.
Yes.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's going, really? That's...
So this outage at SpaceX, they didn't have any physical backup.
Nope. There was supposed to be... Now? There was, well, hopefully now.
Is that in the RCA? Have you ever gone through an RCA process, Andy?
What is an RCA process?
Root cause analysis.
Oh, we always called them postmortems.
So it's a little different than a postmortem, right? Because a postmortem is like, hey, what went wrong? An RCA is more focused on the like, well, there's the two parts. And I guess there's a similarity, but like, what was the cause? And then you are supposed to identify things called CAPAs, corrective and preventative actions. So I'm just waiting for the CAPA from this of like, we should probably print out our manuals and have them on standby.
Whenever there was an issue at the radio station, first and foremost, my goal was to get the station back on the air.
Yes.
Once that was done, at some point, I was most likely going to get either a phone call or get called into somebody's office with
what happened?
Hey, what happened?
Yeah.
And I, in my diligence, normally would have during the process, that night before I go home, just so everybody knows that I was there in the middle of the night fixing something, would send out an email of, a basic idea of what happened. But I would just walk through everything, and then somebody would ask the question, okay, what can we do to prevent this from happening again?
Yeah.
And I would tell them, and it may or may not actually, have gotten fixed.
Right. But at least you had a record that you told them to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. My number one rule for root cause analysis is that the root cause is never a person.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple of times from different people.
Yeah. Someone might have screwed up. Someone might have made a mistake, but that's not the root cause. The root cause is that they were able to make that mistake.
Yes. Yeah, no, there's a bit of that. Well, especially now because we work with 911 centers and that sort of thing, where we do a lot of storm planning. I don't know why they're called storm plans, but the storm plans are basically the backups of, okay, if something goes wrong, here is the checklist of what to do. And if something goes wrong during that, then we have to come back and, take another look at the storm plan and figure out what we need to change, what we need to update. So that is I think that's a quarterly review or a semi-annual review, one of the two. But yes, no, when you're dealing with first responders, they're, they really want to make sure if there was any problems, not that it will never happen again. Oh, all right. Anything else? Oh, you're going to love this. Remember those Boeing Starliner astronauts?
Yes.
Well,
the ones that are stuck on the ISS?
Yeah. Well, they were supposed to come back in February on Crew 10. Well, Crew 10 was supposed to go up there. They were supposed to come back. It was announced this week from NASA that they were delaying the Crew 10 launch.
These poor people.
So they are going to be stuck up on the ISS for another month.
Can't catch a break.
9 months up there for a 10-day mission.
3-hour tour.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, those poor people.
Now, the reason for this delay is the fact that currently there are 4 Crew Dragons that are currently being run by SpaceX.
Okay.
And SpaceX is actually now building a 5th one. And so they want to get the 5th Crew Dragon into the rotation. And having the 5th Dragon be Crew 10 was just the best idea of where to put it into the rotation. So that's why there is going to be a month delay is SpaceX and NASA want another launch vehicle, basically. So if there was a 5th one already available before this, they could have brought the Starliner astronauts home much earlier because there would have been another, Dragon capsule available. So that is why they're getting delayed, is because both SpaceX and NASA agreed that there needs to be more capsules. Jeez. Especially since, Boeing still hasn't gotten theirs authorized for human flight yet.
Yep.
Other space news, SpaceX and the U.S. Space Force, normally from basically signing a document to actual launching, takes 2 years. The whole launch profile from start to finish is a 24-month cycle. Well, SpaceX and Space Force wanted to try and see if they could get that any faster. So they created the Rapid Response Test Vehicle, RRT-1. Mm-hmm. And instead of 2 years, I do believe, let's see, when did they leave? This satellite was sitting in a Lockheed Martin warehouse in Colorado being declared launch ready back in 2021. But it was originally supposed to be for a Vulcan rocket. So they modified it to be launched on a Falcon 9. And looks like they start to finish was, when did this go forth? Where is it in here? Oh, less than 6 months. They took a 2-year cycle and collapsed it down to 6 months from start to finish, because they wanted to see how quickly they could plan and launch a satellite.
And they got it down to how long?
Less than 6 months.
Not bad.
It would have actually been faster, but this was right after Hurricane Helene, and normally they fly satellites from Colorado down to Florida.
But they couldn't.
They couldn't because the military aircraft were currently tied up in hurricane response.
Yeah.
So they actually drove it on a flatbed truck.
That's fantastic.
From Colorado all the way down to Florida. Yeah.
I mean, could you that truck driver, probably series of truck drivers, if they really tried to do it right, like that's a hell of a job.
Yeah. No, they had to create a special climate controlled and stabilized container for the satellite. The truck had a caravan with a military escort and a backup vehicle just tailing them just in case.
Yep.
Man, that would just be freaking out, though. If I'm just driving down the road and all of a sudden there's a military caravan with the truck with this large covered box on the back of it.
Refrigerated, climate-controlled box. Like, what the hell is that?
Whatever that is, I'm just going to let it pass. I don't want to be near it.
Yep. You know what? Let's just let it go. Just let it go. That's fine. That's totally okay.
But yeah, so they were very curious because according to the Space Force, they're saying we're trying to send a message to an adversary that if a GPS, this was a GPS satellite that they launched, if GPS assets are targeted, the United States would be able to get another one up quickly.
Because that's important that we are able to do that.
Yes.
I'm on board with this.
Yeah. Still, it was just kind of one of those things where it's like nobody really said anything about it. SpaceX only announced the launch on December 13th, and it lifted off on December 16th. So SpaceX didn't even say anything about it. They're just like, oh yeah, hey, look at this. We got a launch coming up.
In 3 days.
In 3 days.
That just drove here from Colorado.
Yes.
I will point out, it took them 6 months, right?
Yes.
Could you imagine what would happen if GPS went down for 6 months?
Oh, boy.
Also, that was a satellite.
Yes.
GPS is not a satellite.
No, there are currently 31 active satellites.
Only?
For GPS, for the U.S.
Yeah.
That's what it says here. There are 31 active satellites.
Yeah, 31 operational satellites. Okay.
Oh, Constellation requires at least 24.
Yep.
Which, granted, technically, I think you only really need 3 for a triangulation, right?
Yeah. 83 GPS satellites have been built. 30 are operational. 1 has been launched and is undergoing the commissioning process.
That might have been...
3 are in reserve or testing. 43 are retired, and 2 were lost during launch, and 1 prototype was never launched.
Yeah, here we go. 3 Block 3 satellites have completed construction and have been declared available for launch, which this one was one of those.
Yeah.
What's really funny, though, is this one was supposed to originally have been launched on a Vulcan rocket, but as we know, those haven't launched yet.
Nope. You need 4 GPS satellites.
Oh, you need 4 for a triangulation?
To geolocate.
Okay.
Which seems weird. I feel like you should be able to do it with 3... Oh, nope, there's 3D. There's 3 dimensions.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you need a 4th satellite because each one of them is creating a sphere.
Oh, my gosh. In my head, I'm just now trying to mentally picture that.
4 spheres.
Yeah.
Locating a single point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the intersection of 2 spheres is going to define a circle.
Yes, because there
On a
are.
plane.
Yes, because there's going to be 2 points.
Yeah, no, there is a infinite number of points.
Yes, that is true.
Think of 2 balls intersecting each other. You have a circle where that intersection is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you know from 2 satellites, you are somewhere on that circle. Adding in a 3rd sphere limits that circle down to 2 points.
And then a 4th one tells you which
of the 2.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you can't see this because it's a mental image inside my head, but I do have
also, I can't see mental images, period, but yes.
Yes, I know. I remember this whole conversation with the cats.
Yes.
Which, anybody listening, inside story.
Inside story, nothing. I have aphantasia.
Yes. But just having Brian try and talk to you about cats, just...
Yeah. All right. But yes, you have a mental image
that actually worked out pretty well once I was able to basically rotate everything in my head dimensionally.
Okay.
Yeah. Made sense in my head.
Made sense in your head.
Yep. All right. Where are we at?
Probably in the randoms.
Yes, we should be in the randoms. Yes, let's just go there.
Okay. It's my random review.
Yes.
I went to Michigan last weekend.
Yep.
Which is why we didn't record.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent time with my parents. My dad had an idea a year ago that he wanted to make buttons. Like buttons to put on sweaters. He wanted to 3D print buttons.
Okay.
Because he figured that if he could, get like a template, he could put whatever he wanted on the button. So like you could have monogrammed buttons that are 3D printed.
Okay.
And yeah, cool. So he bought a year ago a 3D printer. We unpacked it this weekend.
Okay.
And we set it up and we started printing. Now I have a 3D printer. I had a 3D printer, right? I have the DLP resin 3D printer.
Yes, I do believe that was a review from some time
years ago.
Yeah.
I have an Anycubic 3D printer. It's resin based, and resin is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
It's toxic. It smells. You got to be careful with how you deal with it. It's gross. This was a filament based 3D printer, which is only slightly toxic, but also contributing microplastics, and not toxic enough that you need to vent the house or anything. Just, don't stand over it and sniff while it's running. So we broke it out, we set it up, it was really easy to set up, we had a fantastic time, and as I'm sitting there thinking, maybe I should buy one. I'm having a good time, I could make some stuff, maybe I should buy one. Dad, do you think I should buy one? He says, no. I say, okay. He says, because I'm buying one for you.
Happy Hanukkah.
So I have a new 3D printer. Yeah, just right, Happy Hanukkah. I have a new 3D printer. It is the Creality Ender V3. Sorry, the Creality Ender 3 V3 KE.
Jeez, oh,
and
Pete.
I will say, Creality does not know how to name things. Someone took a page out of the Microsoft book. It's the Xbox Series X.
Which is different than the Xbox One X.
Yep. So this is the Creality Ender series. It's an Ender 3 is the 3rd generation of Enders. And it's the 3rd version of that 3rd generation. And it's the KE version. I still haven't figured out what KE stands for, but it's there. And you know what? I've been using it. I hooked it up a couple days ago. I got some filament and started printing. And it was super easy to set up. Ridiculous. It's pull it out of the box, screw in the gantry, plug everything into the cables that are provided, and turn it on. So ridiculously easy to set up. Relatively cheap. It was a $300 3D printer. And filament is $30 for a kilogram, I think 2 kilograms. A lot. It's $30 for a lot of filament, thousands of meters. And then it's turn it on. Now, unfortunately, 3D printing is learning a whole new set of things, because now I have all these different variables to balance, like the temperature of the nozzle and the speed and the flow rate and the temperature of the bed. This printer, which is what I'm actually reviewing, is the Ender 3 V3KE, is pretty good. Like, as an entry-level 3D printer, I'm pretty happy with it. It is a single extruder, so it can only do one color at a time. That's not as cool as some of the other ones that, like, you can do multicolor prints. But I don't know enough about how the slicing software would work to even do a multicolor print yet. So, for a first 3D printer, not really that worried about it. It's definitely less fidelity than the resin printer.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the builds here.
Holy crap. I did not realize how good the resin printer was for like detail. But it's still good for like the things that I'm going to use it for. And I just know that if I need detail, I've got the resin printer in the basement. I'm excited to use it. I printed the benchmark thing with like no issues whatsoever, and then immediately tried to print something else, and it failed 6 times before I got it. It takes a little bit to get it dialed in, but like I'm learning, I'm getting used to it. It's easy enough that like I spoke in words to Laura how to start it, and while we've been recording, she has started 2 prints.
Nice.
And I know this because it has an embedded web server.
Oh, so you can watch?
If I put a webcam on it, yeah, I can watch from its web server. But I can watch like all of the details of it. Gotcha. So I have a web page up here. It's just a local IP address, and I can see like the temperature of the head and the temperature of the bed and how long it's been running, the estimated time left. And yeah, so it's printing right now. It's a pretty good first printer.
Looks like there's an app too.
I have not used it.
Okay.
The answer is yes. I have not used it.
All right. But even then, if there was an app, you could probably
control it from the app.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to get like the Creality cloud thing at that point. Yeah, exactly. But there's also a huge 3D printing community, and the 3D printers are apparently thoroughly moddable. I'm hesitant to do this until I decide I want like a second filament-based 3D printer. But the firmware that it's running is a implementation of an open firmware.
Okay.
So you can root your 3D printer. I don't know what good that does other than like it is a computer. It has Wi-Fi. Like I've got a 3D printer that it has its own little web server running. I don't know. Maybe someone built a like 3D model browser from the printer itself. The thing I really like about the Wi-Fi is I can move the files to the printer over Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah. So like I don't need to keep ferrying a USB stick back and forth. I do, however, now need to learn Fusion 360. Oh, is that apparently it's time to learn that.
Man, there are a lot of different options for this.
For this printer?
Yeah. But if you want a 3D print, here's another option. Still trying to think of anything that I would need 3D printed. We're 3D printing covers for our microwave transceivers that connect the sites together. Because Nokia had have these like metal covers that like latch in there. And for some reason, they glued the air filters to the metal housing. So in order to change the air filter, you either have to tear out the filter and glue another one in and like put it in there, or we basically just tore out the filter, 3D printed a larger cover to go over where this metal one went to, and just set the filter in there and use that. Much easier just to 3D print the thing in there. But that's the only thing I've ever really gone, oh yeah, no, that made life a whole lot easier with the 3D printed thing. Plus we have 2 different ones there. Some have the MPSCS name on it for the equipment that is actually owned by us. And there are blank ones that are equipment owned by like counties or other people. So you can look and distinguish which ones are actually ours right away.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so the Ender 3 V3 KE 3D. Wow.
Yes. That is
that is the name.
That's the name. That is what it is.
Don't wear it out. All right, random topic.
Yeah.
Rolled ahead of time. What tastes better drunk straight up, evaporated canned milk or Coffe Mate creamer?
Coffe Mate.
I'm going to say whatever. Evaporated milk is just milk with the water removed, right?
No.
Well, a large amount of the water removed.
You're thinking of like powdered milk.
Well, yeah, powdered milk is all the water removed. Evaporated milk, I do believe, still has some water in it, but it's a lot less water, right?
I mean, evaporated milk is also called condensed milk.
Yes, but it's not sweetened condensed milk.
Right, it's different.
Yes. So I'm going to say which is going to taste better, Coffe Mate creamer, because Coffe Mate creamer's got sugar in it.
Yep. Well, so does evaporated milk.
No, evaporated milk doesn't, because
it doesn't have any sugar?
No, it's just if I'm going to ask our resident baker here once she's listening to something. Never mind. Evaporated milk is just milk with a portion of the water removed, right?
Based on the name, but I have no idea.
Oh, that was not helpful.
Nope.
All right, let's see, evaporated milk. Here we go. Evaporated milk, unsweetened condensed milk, canned cow's milk product from which approximately 60% of the water has been removed. Yeah, so if you add 125% of water to evaporated milk, it becomes milk.
Creamer.
It does come up just because he wants you to say milk a lot.
Yes, if this thing just came up this week so Hans can hear me say milk. But no, creamer. I think is that what I drank after Quiz Bowl was creamer?
Yeah, we would all get creamer.
Yeah,
because we were idiots.
Yep. We were young and stupid, which is kind of ironic for Quiz Bowl.
Yep.
All right, well, on that bombshell, that's a wrap. This has been another episode of the Random Access Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, corrections, suggestions, remarks, reviews, rebukes, retorts, or just rants, feel free to contact us. You can find us on Twitter at RAPodcast, or send us an email at mail@rapodcast.net. Thank you for listening.